Texas Real Estate Sisters. I'm Magali.
And I'm Nathaly, and this week we're here with
Denisse Oropeza, and I'm from Denisse Oropeza's Income Tax Services.
So in preparation for tax season, we wanted to share with you guys some common misconceptions that happen during this time.
Yeah, and a few things to look out for, so stay tuned.
One of the things a lot of people should kind of watch out for is when you file your tax return and you're going to sign, you have to make sure your tax preparer's information is below. Their name, their address, their phone number. We have what's called a P10, ERO. It's very important that you see those things down there, because if you don't and you see something that says self-prepared, that means that you're pretty much preparing your own tax return. So if you were to ever get audited or anything goes bad, it just goes bad.
Back to you.
Yeah, you'll get audited, you won't pass the audit if they add stuff they're not supposed to, and it'll go back to you. But then that's how I feel like a lot of preparers get away with a lot of fraud nowadays.
It is fraud. Yeah. So if anyone is like, hey, I'm only gonna charge you $30 to do your taxes, and then you go down and it says self-prepared, like it would, I don't know, is that how it works on TurboTax?
I don't know. I'm not sure how TurboTax works.
Well, but if you were to do it yourself, and then that's how it went down, that's exactly.
Then more than likely. But no. These preparers don't charge $30. These preparers charge like $400 or $500 because they're trying to give you the max refund and adding stuff that they're not supposed to.
So they add all this stuff and it comes back to you and you get stung by the IRS, and then this person is like gone. You never see them again. You don't even have a number or anything. Like, even though it sounds good because you might need the extra $1,000 that show up here, it's gonna cost you a lot more in the long run when the IRS is sending you some mail to
pay that back.
Pay all of that
with
back.
Interest and penalties. So it's like,
and honestly,
so it's gonna be a lot more than $1,000.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't even know that. Like, I knew that obviously there's fraud in real estate, there's fraud everywhere, but like that's such a specific example that it's so easy to catch. Like.
But a lot of people don't even realize that. They don't know.
Or you don't even think to like look through that paperwork.
Yeah,
like,
you don't. People
look,
just
I mean, you got your money, you're out the door. You know what I mean? But it's important that you guys are knowledgeable and you know what's happening.
Pay attention to these things.
I mean, you're paying $500 for what? to get audited by the IRS, essentially. So just be careful.
Right. Another thing is immigration status.
So
I mean, a lot of people nowadays, they're in the process of getting their papers fixed and going through the process.
Right. How does that affect like how taxes go down?
So let's say I'm trying to fix my husband's immigration status. When I add him, I obviously have to apply for his ITIN number. So when I apply for his ITIN number and add him to my tax return, just because of the fact that he has an ITIN number, it takes some of my credits away, okay? A lot of people are obviously not happy about that. They're like, what? I'm not gonna get my $9,000 refund when I add my husband? So yes, it affects you, but also I know that this is a requirement with immigration, especially when you're gonna, fix the status. Like, I know they ask sometimes up to 3 years back. They want to make sure this guy has been filing taxes. They want to make sure he's really married to you. They want to make sure that he is legit. He's doing the right thing here. So
essentially what you guys have to do here is prioritize.
Yes.
Is it more important for you to get your $7,000 in return, or is it more important to fix your spouse's immigration status? Right. And that's what it comes down to.
And also, just choosing to fix somebody's status, I mean, it's hard work and time consuming.
Yeah.
So you putting that at the top of
sacrifice.
Putting that at the top of your list will keep you from waiting, or the year coming around and realizing like, well, there's nothing we could do this year.
Right.
Like, we have to wait. So get that done now, and then you can be on top of
do
stuff.
things the right way.
And then, so the third one that's coming in is that she actually brought this to our attention, is that a lot of real estate or lending professionals sometimes tell people that their 1098 form will find them some sort of really big credit or
tax break.
And that's not necessarily true.
No, I have a lot of customers that call me before tax season starts, and they're like, I'm gonna get a form. I just bought a house in November. They told me that this form is going to help me deduct my taxes, or it's going to give me a credit. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not a credit. It is a tax deduction, but it doesn't always make a difference. So in order for your 1098 form, your taxes, interest, medical bills, donations, unreimbursed employee expenses, all that goes together on this tax break. But in order for that to even make a difference on your tax return or even help you, it has to exceed your standard deduction. And everybody's standard deduction is different. Someone single compared to someone married. Someone married, I believe this year's $24,400. If you bring me that form with your taxes and interest, say, we paid this last year, and that's all you have to give me, that is not going to make absolutely no difference on your tax return. And a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah.
Because again, it goes back to some realtors or lenders telling them, wait for your form, you're going to get a tax break or a credit.
Yeah.
It's not always.
Yeah.
So it's sorry, go ahead.
No. And also earlier, I know that Denisse was just kind of mentioning times when that's happened where, she'll tell them that it's not going to make a difference, that, pretty much there's no reason for her to take the form. But there's other places that'll gladly take your form,
yeah.
They'll process it even for a fee,
Yeah.
and file it in there. So you're thinking, okay, well, it's in there, it's making a difference,
Right.
But
it's then again, they don't explain. Yeah, I've had some previous clients that come in and they get mad. They're like, well, they've always put this 1098 form in my return. Like, they always include it. Why don't you want to include it for me? It's not that I don't want to include it for you. It is, I can plug it in, but it's not going to calculate anything because it's not exceeding your standard deduction. And a lot of people don't understand that.
So make sure it doesn't matter which tax professional you choose to go to, that if they can't explain something to you, or if there's a charge that you don't understand and they can't explain that to you either, it's probably because they're not doing things ethically or correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that if you are going to a tax professional, that they can answer all your questions and that you feel satisfied with their responses.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually something that I guess it kind of is a misconception or something people don't know. I didn't realize that you could actually shop around. So if you go somewhere and they can't answer your questions or the numbers look a little bit different, you can go and consult someone else.
It's good. It's
and
good.
Compare.
Yeah, it's good to compare. I mean, I offer free quotes. I know a lot of big name companies offer free quotes, and it's good to kind of compare and see if you're getting the same return. And the majority of the time, if we're professionals, we should get the same refund at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But also make sure to ask for the prices, because that could be different too. If they're
even though you're getting the same return number, like, oh, you're gonna get $3,000 and everyone is telling you that still doesn't mean that
there's service fees, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That a service fee someone will charge you $500 and someone will charge you $200.
Right.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
And then just continuing on to the fraudulent situation.
I mean, there is a lot of scam nowadays.
There's so many scams. So many.
Especially, I feel like just with technology.
Yeah.
Like,
emails.
Especially for anyone over the age of 35. Like, if the IRS is calling you, they're not calling you. They don't call and they don't email.
No. If the IRS wants to send you a notice, they always mail it to you. If they want to make a change in your return because they want to say that you're going to owe money, they're going to mail it to you. So if someone calls you trying to tell you that you owe us $1,000, go to the bank right now and deposit it, that's a scam.
Yeah. So just know that it was just a couple, misconceptions for you guys to look out for or to be prepared for as, tax filing season is at its peak. But again,
if y'all have any questions or anything like that, give me a call. Again, feel free to come by for a free quote any tax, and
but again, support small business.
Yes.
We're all actually Castleberry alumni.
We are.
So come support us, and we'll try to do our best to support small business this year too in 2020.
Yes, we will.
So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
bye.